Alright, y'all, you ready? Let's get into it. Welcome back to Silver Dollar City, the recreation. As you guys know, the season ended yesterday in real life for Silver Dollar City, so that means I have a lot of free time. And in this free time, why don't we go back into Silver Dollar City, you know, while you can't go there in real life right now, so. I mean, we might as well, right? I did, yesterday, actually get the reference photos I needed for this backstage area for this little spot here that I was unsure that I didn't want to go into without having some references. So, yes, there is Street View, but when doing like backstage areas and such, I have to get my own references because obviously the Street View doesn't extend into like Cave Road here and such, which sometimes has access to guests as well when they open Cave Road for Christmas, because they have a mass exit, so they'll have the entrance. It's basically kind of like they use it as an alternate entrance sometimes, once in a while, for Christmas, so pretty cool. No, Silver Dollar City is not a year-round park because it gets a little bit too cold in January, February, and I think the rides really do need that maintenance for those 2 months, so they barely crawl through the season sometimes. No, it is not a year-round park. However, we have been going into January a little bit more. We were open through the January 4th this year. Yesterday was our final day of the season. It used to just be December 30th and we were done. But now we're open through New Year's and a few days into January. Next year, I think we're only open through the 2nd. So they kind of cut back on it a little bit. Excuse me. Sorry. If I have like really loud coughs, I do apologize in advance. I'm still kind of fighting a stupid cough. So, all right. So let's get into this. I actually do have references to this right here. So let me find those real quick. Of the Candy Gate. There we go. That is beautiful. All right, now get this up on my phone. The sun was shining a little bit, so there's a little bit of annoying glare on it. But that's okay. That goes into there, and then kind of just goes back into here. These actually do not exist right there. Looking back into it, this needs to kind of actually have backside with this. So we're gonna put that in there. And it's kind of got like this old wood kind of feel to it. Yep, Happy New Year, guys. Happy delayed Christmas. I hope you guys had great holidays. Hopefully better than me. But can't say mine were the best, but you know, it's okay. We're gonna make it. It's gonna be much better moving forward. I hope. Much better moving forward. I have a positive outlook right now, so that's what I'm going with. You made me a Christmas present. What is that? Oh gosh, you got a share code. What did you do? My curiosity is very high right now, so I guess we'll see what we got here. Hopefully, this will work. Oh, look at that! That is a beautiful popcorn stand, and I think it will look better than the one we have. That's really good, actually. Let's see what the one I have right now. Oh yeah, that one's way better. Let's get rid of this guy. I appreciate that. I think this was the... Was this the one that... I mean, this one's good. This was by... I think... Was this the one by... Oh my gosh, there's so many pieces in this. Oh gosh, I don't want to... No, why would you select those? I don't like that this was all separate pieces. Or was it? Oh, maybe it wasn't. I was just clicked into it. Okay. Anyways, Estain Wolf, that's what I was thinking of. I think that was the one by Estain Wolf. The cool thing is it's actually functional. You actually have a shop in there, which is also really cool. Gotta love that. Yeah, this one looks a lot more accurate to the one that would be on the square, so I'm gonna use it. I don't know if that is where it needs to be. Hopefully it is usable by guests. I hope so, because it is functional. You did make it a functional restaurant. Or like a functional stall there, which is pretty cool. Estain is a legend. This one is like... just kind of makes more sense here, though. My thoughts on Falcon's Flight. I have been watching those videos for the POVs, and I don't know. I feel like it's just one of those you have to ride, because off-ride, it doesn't look too crazy. Besides the airtime hill and drop. And maybe when you're, like, going up some of those launches, but the rest of the ride is kind of interesting. Like, it just kind of feels like it... just based off... I'm sure the speed alone makes up for it, and it doesn't do it justice by watching a POV. Oh yeah, I haven't been following Wilderness Springs in a while. Curious of how that's been going for him. Because I'd been watching Estain's progress on Wilderness Springs for a while. He's ridden 1,500 plus coaster and said it was his new #1. So he said it was a new #1. That's awesome. Like I said, I think it's just one of those coasters, like, the POV doesn't do it justice. The POV feels underwhelming, but I feel like you have to ride it to understand. You know what I mean? I feel like it's one of those rides. Like, it is a crazy, insane how fast it goes. But it just doesn't do it justice, you know? That POV is not going to do it justice. You have to ride it in order to really understand the sense of speed. Because it kind of looks slow, but I'm sure when you're on it, it does not feel slow, I bet. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the vibe I'm kind of getting from it. Like, I feel like people are going to judge it just based off of those POVs, which is not fair to ride, you know? You've got to actually ride it before you can judge it. Which, I mean, that's how it should be. Captain Coasters have like a ranking place where people rank coasters. I don't know. Anyways, but 3 favorite creators are Estain, Nerd Chancho, and you. I'm in there, sweet. I appreciate that, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, those other 2 are fantastic too, and they probably do higher quality content than me, so I'm honored to be in your top 3. Yeah, Estain's fantastic. Nerd Chancho's awesome. They're all great. They're all great. Takes a month for it to update. Oh, gotcha. A month? It's so long. This out a little bit. Should have got a little bit of a better shot here of this. The guy who's making Dollywood and Planet Coaster is gonna hard recreating Night Flight Expedition. I know Jake was making it. Is that who you're talking about, or is there someone else that's making it? What's Jake's channel called now? C Creations or something like that? His was looking pretty good. I don't know if he's worked on it in a while, though. I'm sure it'll be hard to make it, but I don't think it'll be impossible. I feel like, actually, if you look here, I think there's a few options you have for Night Flight Expedition. There is some of the Intamin water coasters. I feel like maybe you could do like the Atomax water coaster, or maybe even the Mach one. I feel like that could work. It is by Mach Ride, so I mean you could use the Mach one as well, if you really wanted to. The guy you were talking about. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I don't know if Jake's worked on it recently or not. I haven't actually been looking if he's been working on it. I know it was turning out really, really good. I remember that. It was looking really, really good. I have it downloaded too. I don't know if he's updated it, but I should definitely check that out if he has. Alright, let's see if we can make this fencing. I want to try and get through as much as I can today. I really want to get a lot of progress done during this off-season, since I do have a lot of free time. That is my ultimate goal. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, I need to find a good... see if there's actually any... use like the mesh here. Where's the smaller one? Obviously, we can resize if we need to. There should be one that fits it. Yeah, like that. Let's go ahead and group this guy up. Should just have 3 pieces. Yep. Okay. About 2 pieces there. And go around. The Captain Coaster is the most objective coaster ranking place. Puts coasters in the average spot on everyone's list. That's cool. Yeah, I actually have never heard of that. You know, being a coaster enthusiast, feel like I would, you know, but I have not. You know what I'm saying? Would need the mods to do it correctly, and then use the Mach one. Yeah, you might need to use the mods for some spots, maybe. I know he uses mods, so should be no problem for him. This is the first stream in general of this year. Ah, absolutely. I've been super busy with work these last 4 days. Like, it has been packed at Silver Dollar City, and I have gotten no time to really do anything until now. And now I have all the time in the world, you know? It was just like a flip of the switch, and now I have all the time in the world for the next couple months. Hopefully I'm feeling up to doing all this, so I hope I am. Even if I don't, I feel like I'm going to try and make myself do it anyways. I need to have a productive off-season this year for sure. How's that looking? It's fine. Alright, that will lead us up to... oops, whoa, what are we doing? To the Candy Gate. As we call it, because that is Brown's candy right there. that this gate connects to. So we'll have the gate right here. Brown's Candy will be right there. First aid will be right here, which I did get a little bit of some references for as well. Can I select this piece, please? I had it. Where'd it go? Why can't I select those pieces? Why is it selecting everything but those pieces? Let me select my pieces, man. Thank you. Just let me do my thing. I just want to do my thing. Oh gosh, that's not good. Did it recolor it? It did. Oh my gosh. Hey, at least it let me select it there. Okay. Excuse me, sorry. If I end up being really loud and that coughing, I apologize again in advance. I've been fighting this cough for a bit. I'm actually got a doctor's appointment tomorrow about it. To try and figure out what the heck's going on with it, because it has been kicking my butt for the last 3-ish months. It's not fun. It needs to stop. It needs to go away. I feel like this needs to be pushed up some, but you know, that's fine. Backstage area, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Let's delete this piece, just because we did mess with the terrain here. Smoothing it out a little bit. That up. Flatten it out a bit. Excuse me. Excuse me. There we go. Beautiful! That's gonna come along nicely. Got a lot of backstage here, stuff that we need to do. I'm not gonna type concrete, I need to type plaster, because we don't have concrete, we have plaster, which is the closest thing that looks like it. Looks like concrete, you know? But I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I've been very busy. I have not had time to do much of anything. But you guys have still stuck around, waiting patiently. So I appreciate you guys for that so much. You have no idea how much. I really do appreciate it. So you guys are amazing. And love you guys. Thanks for the support. I know you guys understand, but I need to do better. I know I can do better. I'm going to. No more excuses. But now I actually have the free time, so, you know, brilliant. Let's make this year great. Let's go in having that thought process that this year is going to be great. Even if you had a rough year, let's go in with the expectations that we're going to have a fantastic year. I really did have some low points during December, so I want to put it behind me. It was a little bit of a rough time for me, so. Mostly because, like, I just can't kick this, had issues kicking this, this coughing thing out, you know, and constantly being sick and not knowing why, and I want to try and get some answers, so I'm finally going to the doctor tomorrow and see if I can get some answers and maybe do something to get it to start feeling better again. Start feeling better and get rid of this cough, you know. I don't feel awful, but like the cough kicks my butt. Like it's just too much. It's been I've had good days, bad days. I've had times where I feel like it's gotten better. I'm like, oh, maybe it's getting better, and then it gets bad again. And it's actually been a lot better lately. So I've been in a much positive thing. Am I gonna make the new SDC ride coming soon? Absolutely. Once it's announced, I will 100% try and work on it, probably, because by the time I get over there, which actually shouldn't be too long, because like that area is actually one of the first areas we're gonna tackle after we get off the square. I should have no problems getting into that. So, all right, we're just gonna add some like details here. Are these realistic? Probably. Like it does. I'm just trying to put detail on some of this stuff, whether it makes sense or not. I just want to add some like decals of some random stuff just to add some detail, even if it's not actually there in real life. I just want to try and do something for it. And I do that a lot with this recreations and such. Sometimes I'll just make stuff up that's not actually there. I do it just to add the detail so it looks better in game. Whether that's a good thing or not, you know, I think it's kind of good because it just makes everything look a little bit better. Like this crate, is it actually there? Not really, but you know what? That's okay. Alright. Get some trash bins out here. You know how we do. Alright, and we are on a little bit of a slant here, so I am actually going to try and conform it with the terrain a little bit, so it's going to be a little slanted. Not perfect, like it's going to be slanted on the hill. Because to me that makes sense. if you ask me. Excuse me. Oh. A little trash barrel there. Happy unemployment day, yeah! Funny thing, last night, when there was 1 hour left in the park, Silas got on the microphone and told everyone, alright guys, there's 1 more hour left until we're unemployed. It's pretty funny. Funny, but not funny, because now we're unemployed. It's a problem. Alright, trying to connect to the dots here. I need this backstage area to kind of come together. That way we can kind of move on. Because I do want to get over here and then get on to Hill Street. Once we get to Hill Street, that's the next phase, so last night was fun. Yeah, how's that filing cabinet? Was it worth it? Did you find a spot for your new filing cabinet? Your new broken filing cabinet? Just curious. Excuse me. Other wood texture, this one. Haven't decided where it's going yet. Your broken filing cabinet. Yeah, we still need to make the funnel cake stand. That's what's going to be behind. Here's the funnel cake stand. We need to do that. Something that's not in Planet Coaster, by the way, are funnel cakes. Why? Frontier needs to explain that. That's like a theme park staple. Funnel cakes, and yet we don't have any funnel cakes. That's like a crime. Just as us not having kid rides. Think about the children. They don't get no rides in Planet Coaster. They just don't. It's not fair to them. Toy Box DLC would have been a perfect time. I feel that room being rearranged. I feel that. And it never ends up getting done. At least that's how mine ends up. Never ends up getting done. Like, I'm gonna rearrange my room, and then it doesn't happen. Alright, so this is technically not really part of the square. Technically it's not, but we're still kind of acting like it is. Mostly because I don't have a individual phase for this. It's just gonna be this, so it doesn't have like its own its own phase. It's hard to see what's highlighted there. I got all of it. That's all that matters. Alright, I'm really trying to advance and power through some of this. That way we can get on to the more fun stuff. I know you guys will probably want to get to the rides and the more exciting stuff, but we gotta get through the square and we gotta get through all this stuff first. It's not the most exciting. It really isn't, but it must be done, okay? Alright, we do need to get... Let's just grab this fence. Alright, we're gonna use this fence. There's like a nice fence that kind of... This comes across here. Kind of connecting with the candy gate. It's nice and tall. Alright, we're actually gonna turn it around. We need inside in here. The candy gate will be right there. And we're just going to get our fence in here. Which will block the outside world from this devastating backstage area. Which is turning out pretty good now. $200 on storage containers. Storage containers. Alright, I know just what we can do for this. I'm gonna start building the candy gate. Actually, what I need to do, let me make sure we're lined up where we need to be. Let's pull up the floor plan. Where is the candy gate? Exactly. It's right here, actually. We're not too far off. Honestly, I'm fine with that. We're just gonna leave it where it's at. And it'll be fine. This is not like an essential... Not like super essential where it's at, so... It's just a gate. The shop, though, we'll try and get that accurate. Alright, so we're gonna go to framework. Metal framework, and Mainly, we just need like a street pole. Maybe coaster supports will have it. Yes. We'll utilize coaster supports, and this is gonna be kind of like a bluish color, kind of a grayish blue color. Let's get a little more blue in there. Let's be a little darker. Angle snap, and this will be where our gate is. Shorten this up, make that a little bit smaller. So it's kind of the right size. Very good. Have any fences I can use for this? Probably not. It's okay. We'll just use special good wood pieces here, which are going to attempt to be about the same color. This is kind of like a big gate where they can fit vehicles through and such. So it's one of those access gates. This is a little bit taller than the fence next to it, so we'll make sure that's taller. I have not seen it. Jet lag the game? No, I have not. Does not sound familiar, anyways. Alright, so I think my goal is to get this done. And then we'll focus on funnel cake stand, maybe. Board games and stuff. Over whole countries. Alright, and then there's like a little side entrance over here. I was holding up the candy sign. Please enter through there. Little opening when the gate's closed. This is what they walk through. Or what we walk through, rather. little side entrance for over here, and then there is a nice big sign here that we'll just probably use for now. Anyways, we'll just use this as the sign. That Brown's Candy sign on it. Anyways, they released a hide and seek game that can be played over town, states, however big you want. That's insane. I want LA to do it over Branson. That'd be kind of fun, actually. Quite interesting, actually. I don't know how hard it is or how that would be, but that could be fun. Do the kind of the frame of the gate here to get started. See how it looks like from the side. That's the side that matters. Centering was not good here, so we're gonna fix that real quick. It's a little bit better. Straightforward but fun. As long as it would be fun. We got here. Detail, detail, and detail. Oh, okay, we don't need you there. That'd be a fun decoration, but, no. That's also way too big. Let's just type, brackets. That's why. There we go. This is our neighborhood here. trying to find. Cool. Bum. Can you select that? Excuse me. Goodness. Oh my goodness. You're supposed to. I say. Alright, we need to get first aid in into its special spot. Actually needs a little orange in there. So I remodeled all of this not too long ago. And it looks quite nice now. Ah. This is not just about the height of that. Just like so. This is our first aid station in the park. In case you didn't know where it's at, this is where it's at. If you ever not feeling well or you need some medical attention, look no further than first aid. Obviously. But we do have first aid on park. This is also where we go for us employees are not feeling good and need to go home early. Which I did one time this year. It was actually on Thanksgiving Day. Ding dong. Who's at the door? Someone at the door. Or we need the terrain to work here. Still works there. That's connected with first aid now. Unless you go there sick and they tell you to keep working, they won't tell you to keep working. You've never done that. They've never told me that. When I went home sick on Thanksgiving, they just said they basically just asked me, "Do you feel like you can keep working?" I was like, "Nope, that's why I'm here." Well, they didn't ask me that. They were just like, "It was like, do you feel unwell to work?" And I was, "Yep." And they're like, "Okay, well, if we send you home, then you gotta understand that you're going home with pay willingly." And I'm like, "Yes, I know." Home without pay. Sorry, is what I meant to say. Home without pay. Fix this. Please fix. Please don't stay like that. Oh no. Okay. I'll take it. Okay, this is coming together. Can you just connect with, like, connect? Like a puzzle piece. That's putting stairs there, what the heck? I didn't have a fever. But they did ask me if I had talked with my supervisor already, and I was like, yes, they want me to go home. And I just had to check in with them first. So that's kind of how mine went. Because I did call our supervisor and beforehand saying, hey, can someone come take my spot? I don't feel good. So someone came and took my spot. Took a while, but someone did come. I was just trying to hang in there the whole time. And this will be Brown's candy right here. Simple enough. This is looking good. I'm pretty proud of this. Again, it's not 100% like the most accurate thing in the world, but I'm pretty proud with how it's turned out so far. This might be one of those areas that I might go ahead and just continue, but like just every so often work on this area. I know I said I won't move on until I completely finish stuff. This area might be a little bit of an exception because there's still kind of... I mean, maybe, I don't know. I do need to get all this right here done, but... I could make the argument that I could do all of that at the end of the series when I'm coming up Valley Road, because this isn't technically part of the square, so... Basically, I'm trying to get a little early start. The only reason why I kind of started on this is because of this building right here on the square is connected to these backstage areas, so... yeah. Sweetness, we're almost pretty much done with the square. There's some stuff back here that I might not worry about yet. I don't know yet. I haven't decided if I want to work on like all the homestead stuff as part of the square or not, but I really just want to try and get this next phase uploaded, like updated, so it's on the workshop, so people have access to the square afterwards. You know, so. Because, man, it's coming together. Powder keg. No time for dread. I love that they found... I requested for them to find this song. Now, it's not the full song, but they did find a clip from it. And now it plays on the brake run. They added it to the brake run. Our maintenance team added it as you hit the brakes. So next time you ride Powder Keg, listen for this. I also heard they're working on getting the "You're Too Close to That Nitro" line back into the audio here, because it's something that we've requested, because I think it would just be cool to have that audio back. You know, the, hey, that area is restricted. You're too close to that nitro. But the file was corrupted, that's why it wasn't in there anymore. And now they need someone to record it again, so they would have to have someone record it. Is the main reason for that. So, yes. Working on bringing the Outlaw audio back too. The only audio I know that they were working on is the Q audio that describes the ride, which I actually have that file on my PC, so I'll probably add it. Why can't I... I probably got the wrong track selected. No, I don't. Why can't I test it? Let's click edit, and now. Ah, it's broken. Excuse me. Sorry again for the coffee, and I'm trying not to. Powder keg. I honestly will probably have the entrance there. Exit will be about there. Alright, now it'll let us test. Maybe that's why it didn't let us test for some reason. Hands, arms, and feet inside the train at all times. That area is restricted. It's coming along. We've been doing a lot of like testing on this lately. I've been trying to get it to where that way when I get to Powder Keg, a lot of the stuff is already thought out. I've been doing some tests on it, so I can actually do with the mod actually make this track that we're retracing. I can make that invisible, so you don't have the extra cross ties, and it actually just looks like the regular track. I might actually do that. I mean, this park's going to be using mods, so I might as well throw it in there. I know people want it without mods, but honestly, I want to try and get it as best as I can, and if that means I have to use mods, I have to use mods. The elevator lift. Hey, this is the closest thing we have that we can use. I know as soon as I complete Powder Keg, they're going to add, like, transfer tracks that will work. The weird thing with Powder Keg, though, it is, like, a diagonal upwards transfer, so I don't feel like that would ever make it into the game. If they put in transfer tracks, it would just be side to side. I don't see them making it to where you can put it up here, unless there's, like, a custom option where you can literally place the track anywhere you want, but I don't think that's going to be a thing. I would love for it to, but in the meantime, we have to make some adjustments. I thought I had this triggered, but I guess I don't. It's Powder Keg. But what's up, Jake? How's it going? I hope you have a fun off season of rebuilding stuff. I was just about to go, and I... inside the train at all times. There's so much to do, I know. There usually is, and they always, like, are cutting it close. It's powder keg. Alright, let's go to... or we need to add... Gosh dang it, where is that? Sequence? Three. What's on 2? What's on 1? 4? Yeah, see, it's right here. Where's 4 at? 1, 2, 3. 4 is way over here. Shouldn't we have it, like, right there? I don't know. Let's try it again. I had it on the hill. It's not moving. You're supposed to do that. I wasn't doing that, so. I don't know why that trigger's not working. It's not triggering. Oh, the audio's off because I sped it up. This powder keg. You're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. Shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light the fuse, there's no time for dread. You're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. Oh my, oh my. What do we have here? Oh. Alright, where's Hill Street at? There it is. I'm gonna go down this way. And let's pull up Google Maps and Street View to help us out. That's going to be important for us. Get on Hill Street. It's crazy, they kind of skipped Hill Street a little bit, so the street view is a little bit hard. There's not enough shots on Hill Street that make it easy to see. Make it to where you can go at the bottom of Hill Street or at the top of it, not in the most logical spot. Which kind of sucks, but we do have an overhead view that we can use, thankfully. So we're going to use our terrain editor. I'm going to take this. We're going to pull it down a decent amount. And we're just going to push into this terrain like nothing else. We need... basically need to find how far down I put that. There it is. Alright. So we need to see the bottom of Hill Street, which is down here. So we can see Fried Fancies. I guess you could say this is a little bit of an early start of Phase 3. Mostly I just want to get a shape. That I feel like I need this path to get kind of a little bit started to start on the backside here. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, so we need flatten to surface is going to be our way to do this. Let's turn the size down. See roughly about how steep this is going to be. There we go. All right, where's Hill Street at? There it is. Are we almost there? That will take us to about right there. I would say that's a good starting point for Hill Street. And we're going to over-widen it. So it makes it easier for when you put a path in. And this is so much easier than Planko 1, because Planet Coaster 1, this would have been a nightmare. And it was a nightmare, because I did build this in Planet Coaster 1, so... It is the first day of the off-season. How are we feeling? Relieved, in a way. Fairly relieved, for now. I love what I do, but, like, just kind of relieved to get a bit of a break. I guess you could say. I have to deal with you with a month and a half. That is true. Ah. Everything has gone wrong. Smooth this out. Oh gosh, that was too big. Too big. My goal is just to have a smooth transition of path here. Very smooth. I'm gonna try and extend it a little bit over here into mid, because that's where Midtown will be. I know it's not fun, but I think it is important to do a decent amount of work on the terrain before you start putting down your path. Really get it smoothed out, really get it in the shape where you want your path. Make sure your path is going to be nice and smooth. We're almost finished with the square. I'm kind of just prepping Hill Street right now a little bit. Mostly because we need to get to the backside here, so I need to try and figure out or get all of this kind of squared away a little bit. No pun intended, squared away. So we got all this terrain right here we have to deal with. See, we have to end up right down there. That's where we need to end up. Do need to move this so we can see this, how this is going. Oh, the previous one's in here too. too. It's funny. There's not even any terrain down here. Let's go ahead and make sure this is all solid here. We're not done going down quite fully yet. Not really truly flat until about right here, so let's pull this up a little bit. Push this down. Probably roughly right here. Now we're going to use the heck out of the smooth tool. Overall. Yeah, we got to do a lot of early prep for this terrain, because it doesn't get easier. But at least we're starting on one of the hardest spots, and that's Hill Street. Right? One of the harder spots to kind of take care of over here. A lot of terrain manipulation. Making it work, so. Oh, we should do a manual save. I haven't done that in a hot minute, so. You're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. Shoot through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Light the fuse, there's no time for dread. You're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. Excuse me. This powder keg. It's starting to get hot in here. I might have to turn on my AC because it's hot in my office right now. It gets so hot in here. All the time. You're conforming. Snap. Get that out of here. Alright, you can see that. And you get to like a really steep part right here. Then you're at the bottom. And then you can go up the hill and you'll be at Powder Keg. And Upper House and all them. If you go off to the left, like right here, that will lead you over to the area of Wildfire and American Plunge. Alright, let's get connected here. It's Powder Keg. We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. Shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Like the fuse, there's no time for dread. 'Cause you're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. Alright, we pretty much we've at least got all the buildings on the square started. I might do the blacksmith as well. Maybe. That's the only building that we haven't really started on. We got Wagon Works, which is a combination of the square and also Hill Street. It's kind of going down Hill Street a little bit, the seating area for it. So we'll kind of make that a half and half building. I would say. I think I'm about ready to upload this and update it for people to check out. I think we've done a lot to where I think I'm finally happy with updating it on the workshop and maybe doing another episode on the channel. What do you guys think? I know you guys probably want me to upload it. You know, it makes sense. You guys for sure want that. And then we can call this phase 2 pretty much complete. There's still a little bits in here that I could probably do, but for the most part, the square is almost, I'd say, pretty much done. I just need to add a few things here and there, and then there are some buildings back here that we'll get to, but they're not my priority right now, so they're kind of tucked away, and, you know, kind of like the barn yard area, like the petting zoo stuff, like, nah. That's kind of one of those areas where I'm like, bah, I'll get to it someday. And then as for this, we did kind of like half of it right here. I think we're going to do the other half when we get the loop back around here. Excuse me. So. Alright, I'm officially... I think I'm going to do this for you guys. So we already saved it, I think, but we're going to save it again just for good measure. And we're going to update it to the Steam Workshop. Officially phase number 2. Let's go ahead and upload it. You guys will see it here first, so if you guys want to download this, make sure, because this is old. Next. Perfect. Update the park. And now it is on the workshop. So if you guys want to download phase 2 of the Sword Art City Recreation, here it is. I go to browse, it is now atop. So maybe we'll get some more downloads. I think it's already got quite a few, doesn't it? 347. I'd like to get that number up as we go, so. Whoa. Sweetness. Yeah, I think we're officially going to try to start working on Hill Street. Now that we got that in there. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of the project I've been working on recently. So even though I've been inactive on the channel, I haven't been inactive of recording stuff. Because this has been taking me a long time. This is my newest project I've been working on. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek while you're here of a Intamin multi-launch coaster with a mine theming. Runaway mine theme. So I am heavily working on it. Layout's still a work in progress as well. I haven't done any custom supports just yet. I've been working mostly on the station and theming and the details here and there. So I did post a photo of this in the YouTube posts and everything of the trains, like just like a shot like from right here, which is cool. I want this to be incredibly detailed. I even have fire extinguishers, we got numbers in the queue line, we got some extra theming tidbits in here. I got the extra dispatch excuse me, dispatch buttons. We've got where I left off actually was creating this transfer track for some of the trains, and it's going to have an unload station. I haven't really started on the unload station that much, but there are not trims yet, no. So this is going to be a little bit inspired by kind of Velocicoaster a bit. You can see we do have like this top hat with no trims. Don't worry, Silas, there's no trims on it. We have a little bit of some theming right at the beginning and the first launch. So it kind of looks like a little mine area in here. Why aren't these lights on? I never turned them on, did I? As the turnaround here, we have a little scene here. I do intend to do some custom onboard audio, some like voice acting and stuff like here. You can see I'm doing some incredible detailing in here. I got air ducts and everything, like air vents and stuff like that. I'm really trying to push the realism on this project. So, trains, all I heard was trains. But this is a huge project, very much of a work in progress. And yeah, I'm trying to finish the last part of the layout here, which is going to be the last part after this drop. We have one more section there. We have like the smaller section right after the first launch. And then we technically have 3 launches. We have a little booster here, like just a small boost launch here, before it goes into the full launch for the top hat. And again, this will look so much better once I get custom custom supports on here, because these toothpick supports aren't doing it for me. So, but yes, I am going to be doing trying to get some voice acting. There's going to be onboard audio and stuff like that. I really want to make a really cool, realistic project that I think will be awesome. So, but the next time I work on this, I'm definitely going to be working on the unload station and the transfer track here. And we're going to have like a little maintenance area in between these buildings here. It'll be pretty cool. And we're going to do a lot of theming elements and aspects around the area also as well. But I've already spent quite a few hours on what you see here already. And obviously I have a queue line that I'm going to start getting into and all that fun stuff. So it's going to be pretty cool. We have some ride operators that are kind of in theme here with our little cowboy eyes. Still a work in progress. I still have to make some adjustments. There are some parts where it still drags through the layout that I have to actually kind of figure out. But it will be cool once we're all said and done. And probably a few spots I still need to adjust the track on. That's a little, probably banked a little bit too heavily. But we might adjust some of these spots, because this overbank, outer bank turn is kind of actually very dragging. It's very much dragging. So I need to probably make a few more adjustments there. And up the pacing a little bit. Maybe make the elements a little bit smaller. That's probably what I'm going to do, is probably adjust the heights a little bit more. Oh, that audio of those launches sounds so good. Oh gosh, that's very violent right there. On that pull down. I like how violent it is, but I need to smooth it up a little bit. And of course, in case you didn't see, I did do some custom trains. We even got train numbers. Even the little keep your hands and legs inside at all times. Little details like that. And I themed up that train, so. Which is pretty cool. This is going to be a pretty cool project. I've been working hard on it lately, and I hope to continue to work on it pretty well, too. Hopefully it continues to turn out great, so. So I hope you guys enjoy that series once that series starts to come out. It's not even a series, actually. I think I want to make it into one video. One long, big video, I think will be pretty cool. I could make it a little mini-series, but I think I'm going to stick with just having that, so. In with the trains, but all I see are roller coasters. Well, yeah, roller coasters got trains on them. Not the same kind of trains, but they got trains on them. Coaster trains. Myself a cough drop because fighting it, man. Trying to fight it. Let's see what's going on in the Frontier Workshop. I have my curiosity, and there's already been 4 stuff uploaded since Silver City. People are active. Oh, you know what we need to do? I need to update Wilderness Springs and see where we're at on there. See how it's looking, because I'm interested. Last updated. There it is. Update. I was gonna say, he's been doing a lot of changes and seems to struggle to figure out what he wants to do with it. Fantastic creator, of course. Love Estan. But he does seem to make lots and lots of changes to Wilderness Springs. Lots and lots of changes. Alright, this is updated from 1.3, so it's only 2 days old since he's updated it. Here's what changes he made. got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Hopefully I can figure out what the heck is kicking my butt. I'm not tired of it, so maybe they can prescribe me something to hopefully maybe get rid of it. Not sure if they can even figure out what's going on, so. All right. Let's see what we got here, because I saw that all this area has been cleared out and cleaned out, which is interesting. It looks like he's got an indoor attraction of some sort that I have not seen yet. Curious of what that's all about. And the one coaster by Silverette is gone. The one that Silverette made. Got a mini golf course here. That looks cool. Captain Lux. If we go back over here, there's a lot of stuff still in here. Still has Barnstormer in here. Looks like he changed the colors a little bit. I think I like the all blue a little bit better, but that's me. Personally. Excuse me. Sorry. I got rid of. He used to have like a ride that was inspired by Fire Chaser Express. Still has this mine train. I think it's a swinging mine train. Yep. It's not even named. You put in the parachute ride. That's cool. And we still have this wood coaster. I think this was here last time I remember. I don't think it's changed. I think this has always been here. I know we had a River Rapids ride that he used to have, but does not have anymore. He's got this weird, like, little ride that was like transformed into a water ride. Kind of interesting. It looks cool though. Oh, I like these teacups. That's actually really cool. I don't know if this is a blueprint or if Estan actually made this himself, because he has been using blueprints in Wilderness Springs, so no shame in that. If you get it to fit into your park properly. Oh, we got McDonald's now. Fancy. How about that? You got McDonald's. I absolutely still love the resorts over here, and I still remember. Oh, he added more to the water park. I actually didn't even notice that. He added the wave sim. Nice. I think these are also new as well. These little slides. Oh yeah, these are new. I haven't looked at this park in so long. He changed the color of these, didn't he? On Odin's Leap, they used to be like a tan color. Maybe it's because he wanted something else to be a tan color and decided that he wanted to have more variety in his colors on his slides, maybe. Does he actually have a drop slide? Trapdoor slide? I haven't seen one. He definitely should have one. Those are like some of my favorites, like thrill-wise. They still get me a little bit, you know. Just waiting for that floor to drop. Yeah, he really gutted out over here. Gutted everything out on this side. I guess he's just trying to perfect it as we get updates and such, you know? I don't blame him, because, like, so much work has gone into this. Like, starting another park is a lot, you know? It really is. Am I planning on making Whitewater in Planet Coaster? I don't know, we'll see. I'm not sure if I will or not. It would be a fairly easy one, I feel like. I say that, but I'd probably end up not finishing it. I really just want to focus on Silver City for right now. Not do too much, so let's go check this out. Oh, there's no entrance. It's a fake out. Is this a fake dark ride? Like it's not actually functional? That'd be a little disappointing. Is there anything inside, or is it just a building? It's an empty building, isn't it? Oh, there is a ride in here. Doesn't look complete, though. Maybe he's actually still working on it. Maybe. Gosh, look at that. I mean, that's cool. Wow, okay. Now I can see. I gotta turn on my light just to see what the heck is going on in here. That is a lot of stuff. There's definitely like scenes and such and everything going on in here, so there is stuff happening in that building. Backstage area looks really nice. Gotta fix those fadden textures though. You got the facade, and then if you're looking at it as a guest, you don't see all that. Gotta put that in the thought process. It's bigger than what you actually think it is. I know he does the one trick with the waterfalls. Which is interesting how they work, but from a distance they do look really good. I'm getting a lot better frame rate in here than I thought I would, which is a good thing. Got floating trees. As great as Wilderness Springs is, there are a few things here in there that I wish he would kind of like, and I know it's not stuff anyone wants to work on, and I would avoid it too, but like the parking lot needs some love, like it needs some detail. It was just kind of thrown in there, you can tell. The ends of the roads I would kind of do a little bit more on. He did put a little tunnel here on this side. Like the main part of the road is fine, looks fantastic with all the attractions and shops and such, but like this side needs some love. But it seems like he's actively trying to make the park better, which is great, so I hope he gets to a point where he's happy with it and can fully complete it the way he wants it, the way he envisions it, so because he is a fantastic builder. He's really good at fitting in blueprints and also building a mixture of his buildings and also using blueprints as well that he feels that looks good, because like this building really awesome. Wilderness Outfitters, like I hope maybe he does some interior in there at some point because it looks cool. Exterior is awesome. And then just like this plaza, this whole pathing is beautiful. I love what he's done with like this area, like the entrance area, and it's pretty, very beautiful. Very realistic. Like you don't have just like one big thing of just one type of path. You have different path colors, different designs and everything. It makes your paths look a lot better when you do it that way. A little rugged right here on those, but it's okay. I'm not trying to critique. This is a fantastic park. The Enchanted Forest. It's a nice little area. I see a cool building, like shops and such. Steakhouse. But no, I've been loving Wilderness Springs. I like his idea though of just focusing on one park and continuing to make that park better and better as we get more updates and changing it up and getting it to the way he wants it to be. Because at one point I could have swore he said he was going to be done with it, and he decided that no, I'm not going to do anything else with it. Maybe I could be wrong by saying that. I thought I heard him say that at one point. I know he's back. He's back in Wilderness Springs and still kicking and still updating the park. So very, very cool. Love Estan. One of my favorite creators out there. He does a fantastic job. Yeah, path designs can be pretty hard. Really can. I mean, the best part I would do, best advice I could do on it, and I'm not that fantastic with it, is honestly just try and do your best to find some references of some parks that you really like, how they do their paths, and try and mimic it a little bit. Find some inspiration for it, and kind of go off of that. Alright, I need to get back into this. I need to get the next episode out. I know I'm falling behind. I got footage. I got stuff. I got footage for videos. I just need to finish them. You know what I'm saying? I got all this stuff. We're there. We just need to finish. We started. Now we gotta finish a lot of this stuff. That's where we've been lacking. Lacking a lot on that stuff, you know? Because I've been really trying to do, like, this is kind of like my pathing. I don't think I'm as good, but I've been trying to really put in some effort, and you can see kind of what I've been doing. Really trying to use different colors, different textures, different styles, and make them wavy, and different things like that. And it's worked fairly well for me, so kind of see how all of mine has been going for my big project. This is basically my Wilderness Springs. I got a lot to do, though, of course. And we need to get back into the Viking section, because we have a lot to do, and we've been working on this coaster. This is all going to be part of the next episode. Very excited for this area. I kind of want to do some really fun coaster elements right here. Really get some cool views from, you know, the plaza here, the big you know, big Universal vibes, you know? Big Universal vibes. big Universal vibes. If it goes well, I'm actually really considering the mine train coaster that I'm working on, the Intamin multi-launch, the Intamin Blitz, that I just showed you guys. I'm thinking about making that a blueprint and actually putting it in this park. Really thinking about that. Like, that's been on my mind. I think that might be a huge possibility of what we do. Very huge possibility. See, our queue's been slowly coming together here too. It's been a lot of big complicated pathways that I've been trying to cover up with like buildings and such like that. We haven't even really worked on the station. That's probably something I should work on soon. The station itself. So, station, unload station, transfer track. And this will be a nice little family coaster in here. I guess you could say it's very inspired by Hiccup's Wing Gliders a little bit. Very cool. But it'll interact a lot with the pathways and such. It'll be a really cool thing. Duck under like these bridges. We'll have a lot of cool stuff here, and then we'll hit this section, and then we're gonna do our last bit for the coaster over here, and it'll reach this back into the station. So my goal is to run 3 trains on this, 3 or 4 trains. We got 3 bays for the transfer, but I made this restaurant in here. So I need to work a little bit on the interior, but I'm pretty proud of how it's starting. You know, just needs more like atmosphere and decoration, you know. But not too shabby. It turns out pretty good. All the tables and such. We have a little information kiosk here. Then some gift shops right at the entrance, like an emporium. Really trying to work on my interior. I'm pretty proud of this, okay? I've never been good at doing interior buildings of the buildings, so this is a huge, big stride for me. Like a huge, huge thing for me. I still need to put stuff on the shelves, but I think it turned out pretty cool. We've got some lockers over here. A little locker kiosk. Some vending machines. I'm excited for that. And this will lead us into a backstage area. That's where that will lead. Excuse me. All right, we have multiple themed areas we're going to do. I'm very excited to get that into that. I just need to fill well enough to do all of it. Was the main issue. The Winland Adventure Resort. Pretty proud of this. And I hope you guys have been enjoying it too, so. But we got to get to work in the off season, that's for sure. I got work to do. Excuse me. Alright, guys. I'm not feeling the greatest, so I'm going to go ahead and head off here. How long did that parking lot take you? Oh gosh, I don't know. You'd have to look back at the the episodes and see when I finally finished it. I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. Let's see. It's all water park, Paradise Resort. It looks like I finished it around February of last year. Somewhere in February. When did I start? Jeez, this series is almost a year old already. The first episode of Windland Adventure Resort was January 16th. So I've actually almost been... It's been almost a year since I started the series, so I've been working on this park for over almost a year now already. That's insane. So I would have started in January. It looks like it took me about a month, roughly. I probably could have got it done faster, but if I worked on it more, but anyways, I'm gonna head off for now, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already for more amazing content like this. I'm gonna try and do a lot in these next 2 months. I'm gonna try and get a lot of content out to you guys. Gonna try and live stream quite often. I'm really going to try and put in the effort. I already got a video for tomorrow. It's actually not theme park related or roller coaster related. It's actually Pokemon related. So we'll see how that goes. I'm curious about how that goes. And then yeah, we'll go from there. So make sure you guys have a great day and cool tomorrow. See you guys next time. Thanks and goodbye. Appreciate you guys.